Also, I have learned how waiting line systems can directly affect customer satisfaction and the overall performance of a business outlet. I also discovered the importance of using data like arrival rates, service times, and queue lengths to evaluate the efficiency of different outlets. This project has improved my understanding of how theory applies to real business operations.
What did I learn from the project? I learned how to apply operation management concept in real life by observing customer flow and waiting lines. It also taught I the importance of teamwork, time management, and how service efficiency can affect customer satisfaction in different types of outlets.
What I learned in this project, I had the chance to visit the outlets myself and observe how they manage their waiting lines. This gave me a clear view of how customer satisfaction depends on how well a business handles queues and service speed. I noticed that each outlet had a different way of managing queues. Some were more organized and faster, while others had long lines during busy hours. After gathering all the data, I could see which system worked well and which needed improvement. From this, I learned how important it is to fix problems in the queue system.
In this work project, I've learned how the waiting line system works in a real-life business environment. At Just Coffee, I got to see how customer flow, staff efficiency, and outlet layout affect the overall customer experience. I also learned how to apply queuing theory concepts like average waiting time and service rate in real-life situations, not just in class. Most importantly, this project taught me teamwork, planning, and how small changes in operation can bring big improvement in service quality.
From this project, we learn how our waiting line system affect the customer experience and operational efficiency of different business outlets. We gain a practical knowledge by using real-time data from Mito Coffee, Chato Coffee, and Just Coffee. This project also taught us how to analyze queue models such as single-channel and multi-channel system. Most importantly, we learned the value of teamwork planning and data collection during fieldwork.
We have learned how different outlets manage their waiting line system, depend on customer flow, service style, and available resource. It took me the queue discipline and system type, like FIFO and single versus multi-channel system, greatly impact customer satisfaction.
I have learned the importance of well-managed waiting line system. It's not just about how many customers an outlet can serve, but how efficiently the system can handle peak hours, reduce wait times, and improve the overall customer experience. I also learned how to apply queuing models to analyze real-life situations and compare outlet using data, such as customer arrival rates, service times, and system capacity.
What I have learned from the project is this project helped me appreciate the small details that influence how customers experience waiting in a food and beverage F&B outlet. I learned that even in outlets with short queues, customers still develop opinions based on how the environment, staff responsiveness, and service flow make them feel. Visiting the outlets gave me insight into how service speed, outlet layout, and staffing levels all interact to either reduce or intensify perceived wait time. Most importantly, I learned how real customer data can reveal gaps in service that are not always obvious to business owners.
Our major findings show that outlet B was the most efficient among the three outlets. It had the shortest average waiting time, the fewest customers in the system, and the lowest number of people in the queue. On the other hand, outlet C was the least efficient with longer wait times and more customers in the queue. Outlet A was in between, showing moderate performance. These findings highlight how service speed and queue control affect customer flow.
First is Chato Coffee had the most efficient waiting system with short waiting times, and Just Coffee, despite being modern, had the longest queue. And all three outlets share the common problem like lack of reservation, unclear signage, and no self-service system, which affected overall customer experience and queue handling efficiency.
One of the main findings I discovered was the impact of queue management on customer experience. I found that having a clear, organized system for handling customers, such as adding more staff during peak times or reorganizing the space for better flow, can drastically reduce the stress of waiting. Furthermore, I also find how powerful technology can be in improving the efficiency of waiting line system. Introducing reservation systems, self-service kiosks, or even digital queuing system can streamline the entire process. These technologies not only reduce waiting times but also give customers more control over their experience, which is a significant advantage for business looking to enhance customer satisfaction.
From this project, I found that Zeus Coffee is a very popular choice among young adults, workers and students, especially because its affordable pricing and digital-friendly environment. The outlet layout is modern, comfortable and suitable for both dine-in and take-away. We also noticed that the customer enjoy using the app for ordering, which helps speed up the process. However, we still found some areas that can be improved, like the lack of clear signage, limited space for waiting and no reservation system. This small thing may affect the overall customer experience, especially when it's busy. So overall, while Zeus is doing well, there is still room to improve the customer journey.
Our major findings show that GT20203 Coffee has the most efficient waiting line system with the shortest wait time of only 2.4 minutes and the lowest number of customers in the queue. Mito Coffee performed moderately while Zeus Coffee, despite being popular, had longer queues and an average customer wait time of 19.8 minutes. We also found common challenges across all three outlets, such as lack of digital queue system, limited signage, and no support for disabled guests. These factors impact customer satisfaction and service flow.
One of that I finding is the each outlet has strength and weakness. For example, Zeus Coffee use a more advanced system with digital order but still face long queue during peak hour. Meanwhile, Chato show a more balanced approach with low average waiting time and queue lag, making it the most efficient overall.
From this project, I found that every outlet has its own strengths and weaknesses in managing waiting line system. Even though all the three outlets serve similar types of customers, the approaches and level of efficiency are very different. I also found that using digital tools or adding feeder-like reservation system could greatly improve customer flow. Overall, the most important finding is that proper planning and queue management can make a big difference even for small outlets. It's not just about how many customers come in, but how well the outlet manage them.
Major findings from the project that I have found from our visits is efficient service doesn't always mean good queue management. For example, at Mito Coffee, service was quick, which orders were taken by 2:29 p.m. and food and drinks were ready by 2:36 p.m. But there was no clear signage or line indicator, which could confuse new customers during peak hours. Secondly, ambience and self-service options matter. None of the outlets visited had dedicated waiting areas, self-service water or utensil stations, which could help improve a perceived wait experience. Also, none of them displayed estimated wait times, which made the service feel less transparent.
This project challenged my understanding of how waiting line systems work by forcing me to move from theory to real analysis. At first, I thought that a long queue only meant that the business was popular, but through this study, I learned that long queues could also mean poor management or slow service. It made me realize the importance of balancing customer demand with efficient service processes.
How did this project challenge I understand? I assumed that outlets with modern system like Zeus would be the most efficient, but the project showed that it's not always true. This challenge I to think deeper. Efficiency also depends on staff coordination, queue discipline, and how well the outlet handled peak times, not just technology.
This project really challenged my understanding of queue management in a real-world context. While I had learned about different queuing models in theory, I quickly realized that these models don't always reflect the complexities businesses face on a daily basis. For example, factors like staff behavior, the physical layout of the space, and even customer expectations play a much larger role in queue management than I initially expected. This project taught me that the ideal solution isn't just about applying theory. It's about understanding the specific challenges and needs of each business and adapting the system accordingly.
At first, I thought Zeus Coffee, being a modern, digital-friendly brand, would have fully optimized waiting line system. But through this project, I realized that even popular brands can face bottleneck if the system isn't improved constantly. It challenged my understanding by showing that just having more staff or digital tool isn't enough if customer flow isn't managed smartly. Things like pre-order apps and queue layout matter a lot more than I expected.
This project challenges our understanding by showing that higher customer traffic doesn't always mean poor service and low traffic doesn't always mean efficiency. For example, Zeus Coffee has the highest customer volume but struggles with conversion with Chato Coffee with fewer customer uses its resources more efficiently. It also made us realize that the type of queue system and staff arrangement significantly affect service speed. We now understand that optimizing queue system requires both good design and technology like mobile rendering and reversion system.
This project made me realize that managing a waiting line is not just about reducing waiting time. It's about design a system that fit the outlet capacity and customer behavior. Even small improvement like add clear signal or reservation system can make a big difference.
This project challenged my initial assumption. I used to think that more staff or larger spaces always mean faster service, but I learned that proper system design, customer flow management, and tools like digital ordering or reservation system play a much bigger role in reducing wait times and improving service quality.
How the project challenged my understanding is before this project, I assumed that a short wait time was enough to ensure customer satisfaction. However, I learned that the psychological experience of waiting matters just as much. For instance, if there's no clear guidance or communication, even a short wait can feel longer. I also used to think queue management was mostly about speed, but now I see it's equally about transparency, comfort, and customer engagement. This experience has shifted my perspective from just looking at efficiency to considering the full customer journey from arrival to pickup. Thank you.